Hello, grade 5. How are you guys? I wish you are good and safe. We have already finished the science recap sheet, so today we will take the first session of the new curriculum of the new year. So the first unit is energy. The first lesson, which is light. Actually, I think that this lesson is a very easy one, and it's interesting. And when I say why, that because we can see light everywhere. We're not talking about something that's not clear. It's light. Who can see the light every day? All of us can see light every day, everywhere. When you just wake up, open your window, you see the sunlight. So, have you ever thought, what is light? Light, it's a kind of energy, like any energy around you. When you are walking, it's energy. When you are lighting your lamp, it's energy. So light is a form of the energy. But this energy, it can be seen and causes a vision. So light is a very important for our life. Actually, I say that the light is the source of life on earth. And you can say why? Because a very important secret, which is the photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis process, which is the plant make to make his own food and gives us oxygen gas. And the oxygen gas, which is the very important for breathing. So it's the reason why we are still alive. And the other important thing, that the light is the most important energy on earth. When I tell you why, you will give me a reason, as light is necessary for the photosynthesis process, which is important for the plants to make their own food and gives us oxygen gas, which is important for our breath. So what about it's visible? What did this mean? Visible mean you can see. When I say that light is a visible spectrum, this means you can see it. What's the meaning of spectrum? Spectrum, it's a kind of rays that cannot be seen, but you can feel. You can feel it. Like you can feel the heat of light. You can see its rays. So the visible spectrum means the energy form, but can be seen. And here, the sources of light, where we can get the light. You can get the light through two main types. The first one, natural sources and artificial sources. The natural sources, like sun, stars. The sun is the main source of light on earth. Sun is the main source of light on earth. Artificial sources, this the other kind. Artificial means it's man-made, the man who made it. Okay, so when I say artificial sources, this means the man made these sources. So what is the artificial sources that the man made of light? We made many things, like electric lamps, torch, candles. They are all called artificial sources. So these two sources of light, like any other thing, comes from a source. The first source, natural sources, and the second one, artificial sources. The natural sources, like sun and stars, and the artificial sources, like electric lamps, torch, and any candles. The moon, okay, means at night when I'm walking out, I see there's a light come from the moon. No, moon isn't a source. It isn't a source of light. It's not considered to be a source. Why? Because it's got this light not from itself. It's reflected this light from the sun. We know that the earth has a round surface, oval shape, and the sun may be in that part, but the moon on the other part. When the moon faces the sun up, the sun gets its rays to the moon. Then the moon reflects the rays of the sun again to the surface of the earth. Okay, so moon not considered to be a source of light, but it's a reflection surface of the light. It's like the mirror. When you got this in the sunny place and you got a mirror, when you just face your mirror, it reflects the sun rays or the light that falls in it on the other surface. Okay, so what are the properties of light? Light can travel in straight lines. Light cannot walk in curvy lines. No, it can only travel in straight lines. And the transmitting of light through different materials, like when I'm wearing my sunglasses, I found that everything is somehow darker than without the glass. That's why. That's because I can see through the transmitting surface. So light has a transmitting property. Then the light reflection, it can be reflected as we just say the mirror. And light refraction. Light reflection is different to light refraction. Light refraction was a simple experiment. Simply, please, now I ask you to get a cup and fill it with half with water. Then and put your pencil in this cup that has water to half, and put it in front of you and look to it. Look at the separating surface between the water and the air. Look at the pencil. Do you see that it's walking in straight, or it's somehow like it's broken? Yeah, now it's broken. Why? Because when it's broken, this due to the light refraction. Okay, this due to the light refraction. The other one, light separation. Light separation, it's the splitting of light, like the analyzing of light. Like the rainbow. If you heard it before, the rainbow colors that we see in the sky after raining. We will explain them one by one now. Here, if you got a candle, which is the source of light, can you remember which source of light the candle was? Yeah, artificial. Artificial means the man-made. So, if you got a candle and here's a mini, we will make this experiment together at school, okay? Then you put 3 partitions here on straight lines in front of the light that comes from the candle. Then look at it from the hole of the partitions. You will see the light of the candle. So what if I made number B here? What if I made number B lower or higher than A and C? I will not see any light. Why? Because light moves only in a straight line. When it comes to that part and not find the hole, it will not reflect and it will not pass. No, it will not transmit for me. Okay, it will be plugged here. So this means that light works in straight lines, and the formation of image by using narrow holes, and the formation of shadow will be happen to here. I will see the shadow. Okay, even I can see now from the shadow of the partitions here. Look, can see the shadow, and you can easily make a shadow by put the opaque thing big body in front of light to make a shadow. Okay, so the other thing here, the formation of image by using a narrow holes. What it does? This means that you know the photographic cameras. The photographic cameras depend on this idea. They make the formation of any image using this a very narrow holes. Okay, here it's a very narrow hole here, a very small hole. Then I look for it. I look for the candle through it. Then the formation of image of the candle forming here. Okay. So what about the formation of the shadow? What's the meaning of shadow? Shadow is a dark area that is formed as a result of light falling on an opaque object. The meaning of opaque object, this means that the opaque object with the object that prevent light to move through. It's prevent light to move through. Okay? It is block the light waves. Here we have an activity. Place your hand between a light source and the wall. The shadows formed because light travels only in straight lines. If you're walking like that, like this picture, if you're walking like it, you can see that here's your shadow and the shadow of that one. Okay, so when you come closer to the light source, your shadow becomes bigger. Here, because here there's a lamp, the shadow of her body is bigger than her. But because here the sun is the source of light, which is away of your body, a small shadow formed. Okay, that's for today. Let's revise where we talked. We have talked about light. Light, which is a form of energy that can be seen and causes a vision. And we know that the light is very important for the photosynthesis process because it's lighting, helping the plants to make their own food, and we can use a light in lighting our houses, our factories, our hospitals, schools. And light is the most important energy on earth, and we found why. We saw that's why, because the photosynthesis process, which is very important for a plant to make its own food and produces for us an oxygen gas, which are very important for breathing. Then the visible spectrum. What the meaning of visible spectrum? As we can see, it's energy because a spectrum is an energy. And visible means this energy can be seen. And source of light, the sources of light can be classified into natural sources and artificial sources. The natural sources like the sun, stars, and artificial sources which is man-made like electric lamps and torches and candles. And what about the moon, Miss? We say that the moon not considered as a light source. Why? That because the moon reflects the sun light that falls on it to the surface of earth, but not get the light from itself. The properties of light, and about the properties of light, the light travels in straight lines and transmitting of light through different materials, and light has a property of reflection like the mirror as we said, and the light refracts, which is like the pencil in a half filled water cup. Light separation, it's like the rainbows. And here's two phenomena happen when light works in a straight line. The first one, formation of images by using narrow holes, like the photographic camera, like that part, and the shadow. And that's for today. Thanks, guys. Here, let's solve the first one. Give reason formation of inverted image through narrow holes. And that's because light works in straight lines. Moon is considered as a source of light. No, moons is not considered as a source of light. That's because moon can reflect the sun rays that falls on it and reflect it to the surface of earth. And the pencil seems to be broken in a water glass. That's because light has a refractive property. When light moves from a medium to another medium, it's refracted. Formation of shadows, and this because light works in straight lines. The main source of light on Earth is sun. Light travels in straight lines. Is a dark area which is formed when the light falls on a big body called shadow. So today, that's for today. See you next time with a new lesson. Thanks, guys, and goodbye.